Eastern Time. And this is Coach Manny, excited like I am every week about being here with you. I hope you're as excited as I am about today's program. And today we're going to talk about how to better define your business outcomes. And one of those ways is through coaching. One of those ways is through training. One of those ways is through a lot of other processes. But when you define your business outcome, what you're looking for better, it's going to make a whole lot of difference in your whole process. This is Coach Manny. We're here every Friday, Facebook Live. We're here on the podcast where you get to hear the broadcast and in audio. We're here to help you to grow your business. Please check out our books. Just look up Manny Nowak, MannyNowak, MannyNowak. We got a lot of books out there to help you. We have a lot of stuff on the Coach Manny website to help you. We're excited you're with us today, so let's get rolling. And today, the title of today's broadcast, of course, is How to Better Define Your Business Outcomes. What's the outcome you're looking for in your business processes? This is the first thing that you need to take time when you're setting up your business processes. How do I define that? Before you move forward one step further. Have you done it? That's always my question to people out there. How do you know you're getting what you want if you haven't? How can you be sure? And you know, we've spent so much time and energy over the years on expectations. We have some courses out there on it. We have a lot of stuff going on expectations. But we still have a hard time setting those up the way we know we need to. When you hire a consultant to come in and work with you, when you hire an advisor, when you hire a coach, when you hire a contractor, what is the outcome that you expect to get from working with this team? Do you have it well defined? Do you have it written down? Do you feel that you know it? You know, I'll take you to a very simple story, very simple example, right? Some things you're really good about outcome, but in so many business processes, we're not. Let's say we're at home and you hire a contractor. You're looking at a contractor to come in to your house and remodel your kitchen. You already know, this is exactly what I want in my kitchen. This is where I want things. This is the kind of cabinets I want. This is the color of the cabinets I want. This is what I want the kitchen to look like. This is what I want, how I want the kitchen to function. This is the kind of countertops I want. This is the kind of floor I want. And that is a very tightly, strict, defined outcome, isn't it? And when we're dealing with something like that, we're usually pretty good. Now, everybody's not good. Don't get me wrong. We still make mistakes. But the outcome that I expect, long before I hire anybody, long before I sit down and listen to a lot of stories, long before anybody gets started, I lay out, this is the outcome. And it's always about outcomes, isn't it? We've done some stuff before. We did a short video the other day. We've done some training in the past that you gotta be able to define the outcomes, because outcomes work backwards to what you need to do. Bam. So in their kitchen example, so you have all that. Then you meet with the contractor. There's no doubts. This is what you want. This is how you want it. Bam. Why can't we do that in all our business processes? Well, we do, Manny. No, we don't. We don't. I can tell you so many times we don't do it. We just don't do it. And there's a bunch of articles. If you go to the web page, which for those of you who are watching live, that web page connection won't be available yet. But you know what? I'm going to put a couple of these links out. Well, no, I'm not going to put them out there yet. I'll wait and let you get this when we go there. But there's some old articles. You can go to the blog. If you go into the blog, our blog page, and you type in expectation, there's some great stuff there that you may just want to look at. So just go into the blog page, search expectations, and watch what you can see. Now, not knowing the outcome hurts you and your business, because if you don't define that outcome, what happens when you're hiring any type of professional? What's going to happen to the process? You know, when you hire a lawyer, what's the outcome when you hire an attorney? When you hire an attorney, you're looking for a resolution to the problem. Second of all, you're looking for the best way to resolve it. And in both of those cases, you want to pay as little as possible and get it done as quick as possible. And, excuse me, if you're dealing with any kind of charge or anything, you want to be found not guilty and clear everything up. That's what you're looking. That's the outcome. So before you hire any kind of attorney, right, you define that. So let's talk about coaching, because so many times, and I can tell you that a great deal of my own personal coaching business comes from people who have worked with other people. And they've worked with other people and they didn't get the results they wanted. And it's not necessarily that I'm the best coach in the world or that that person is a bad coach. A lot of times it's simply that the expectations that you have and the expectations the coach thought you had didn't match up. They didn't work out. You didn't get the results you wanted. And whose fault is it? You know, it's just like we learn when we're leaders, right? In leadership, we always take the fault. We always give the credit, right? So let's just understand. When you go to hire a coach, what's the outcome you're looking for? If you don't define that and you and the coach aren't on the same page, it's not going to work. I don't care how good the coach is. I don't care how good you are. It just doesn't work. And it's not that it doesn't work so much as you're both not going to be happy with the results. And you're not going to be happy because it isn't what one of you wanted. What are the results you're looking for? So first, I want to tell you that when you're dealing with outcome, it starts with why. And let's go back to the coaching example, right? Because coaching is a great example of this process. Why are you hiring a coach? And then why are you hiring this coach? Why are you hiring me? Or why are you not hiring me? Because if you understand why, then you can clearly now define the outcome you expect and when you expect it. So if you're hiring a coach to help you with leadership, then the outcome that you're looking for clearly is better leadership skills, right? You want to be a better leader. That's what you're trying to make happen, right? And we've been dealing with leadership the last few weeks, and we went through some training and some exercises about leadership. But that's the outcome. If I'm hiring you to coach me to be a better leader, then the outcome I'm looking for is to be a better leader. And so when I get to the end of the time period, I say, well, Manny, am I a better leader or am I not? How can I measure that I'm a better leader? What are the measurements? How do I know I'm a better leader? Again, another key factor, measurements. And it seems like, you know, how we talk all the time about creating greater success, and in all, but there's a pattern that you can see through all the materials we produce here at Coach Manny. It is vision, plan, execution. Vision, plan, execution. What is it you want? How are you going to get there? And then let's make it happen. And it's no different here, is it? What's the outcome that you want? How are you going to get there? And then, did it happen? How are you going to measure it? Did it happen or not? How do you know you're a better leader? Well, I feel good. I get up every morning. I'm pumped up. I'm rocking. I'm rolling. But does that make you a better leader? Nope. Instead, what you need to define up front is, what are the things that you're struggling with when it comes to leadership and the leadership training? What is it, the things that, when I look at my leadership abilities and my ability to run the company and my ability to be a strong leader with my people, what is it that I'm struggling with? Am I having trouble making decisions? There are so many leaders out there who cannot make a decision. And the only reason, and I got to confess to you, those who have been around me for a long time, is, excuse me, I'm just tickled in the throat today. The only reason I'm good at it is because I had a great mentor and coach when I was young who taught me that making decisions is probably the most important thing you need as a leader. So for me, that's a strength. But maybe you're having that problem. Or maybe you're having a problem firing people. I can tell you. And I know it's not a popular topic and it's not something we like to talk about. And in small business, it's a nightmare because, it's family, right? A lot of times, whether they're real family or not, and a lot of times they are real family, but when it comes to firing, I can't. And you'd be amazed at how many times I'm working with this problem with smaller companies because they've just allowed the buildup of people who are not helping them grow, and they just can't move them out, and they're not producing, and they have all the right in the world and all the need to straighten up the organization, but they can't. So maybe that's your leadership issue. Perhaps you're having trouble raising your prices. Again, you don't know how many companies are out there and they can't raise their price. They need to raise their price. Their costs have escalated, but they're so afraid of losing their customers or the industry's tight or something's going on that they need to lead the process, because you can't lead your organization to be profitable and successful if you're not making money, can you? Let's face it. What are the issues you're dealing with, and what do you expect a coach to do for you and help you do? If you define, my problem is I'm having trouble making decisions, and then when the coaching process comes near the end, or you can say, wow, I'm easy to make a decision. I'm making a decision right now to keep you around for a little bit longer, or I'm making a decision right now, we're done for now. Your decision, or if you hire them to help you fire people, and all of a sudden you've cleaned up some of the mess that you've been struggling with for years, then you can say, I guess it worked. And finally, of course, if you measure it on raised prices, what happens? Wow, look, we're finally hitting the margin. I remember working with a customer many years ago, and it was such a great example of raising prices. This was, today we have a lot more tools at our disposal, but the bottom line is you need to look at every customer, and especially if you're a customer, individual customer driven process where each customer has their own process. Am I making money on this customer? If I'm not, why am I doing business with them? How do I raise the price, or how do I fire them? You'd be amazed. I'm going to tell you, all kidding aside, how many people are dealing with customers and they think they're making money because, bam, that customer supplies $50,000 a year to the top line, but it's costing me $60,000 to work with them. What's wrong with the picture? So, sorry, we got a little bit off there. What are the issues you're dealing with? What do you expect the coach to do for you? It's very important to identify the outcome you're looking for, so that when you're looking at a coaching program, here's a couple of tips, or 3 tips I want to just share with you, 3 things. But I want to just take a moment to divert, right? Just take a moment to talk about Coach Manny. If you need leadership training, if you're looking for some resources at unbelievably reasonable prices, check out our library. go out on Amazon, just look up MannyNowak.com. We have some great new books. We just put out 90 Days to Your Success. Read the book. And if after reading the book you might say, okay, now I'm ready for the course. Let me have the course from Coach Manny. 90 Days Success. It is an amazing process. Read the book. You might feel, wow, I think this is for me. We're here. If you need some leadership training, you're a bigger organization, you need a little bit of leadership training, come see us. We do a great process, but you got to have at least 10 people for the process to work. At least 10 leadership people in there, and we can do a great job for you there. Check out our website. We have free stuff out there. Look, we're here every Friday to show you this stuff. We're here to teach you. We're here to help you, and we hope this stuff can help you be more successful. So, when you're looking at coaching, let's go back. Number one, what's the outcome you're looking for in measurable terms? And don't be shy. Be bold, be simple, be direct. I expect to be able to remove people from my organization who are not doing what I expect in weeks rather than taking months or not doing it at all. I expect to be able to make decisions in minutes instead of the days it takes me to make those decisions today. And you know who can tell you you're doing that? The rest of the people that work for you, and say, oh my gosh, Manny, you have come a long way. I expect to raise all my prices over the next 18 months, and then every year to look at whether I'm making money on people. So that's expectations. Number two, you got to define time period that you expect this problem to be resolved in. Is it going to take 3 months, 6 months, a year, a couple years? Some projects can take a long time because you cannot just bulldoze through there. And I know sometimes you think I'm bulldozing, but I'm not always bulldozing. Sometimes we got to take it easy. But you need to know how long it's going to take. So you lay out at the end of this period, and then you say, okay, 3 months down the road, then we sit down, we look at it. Is it working? How do we know it's working? Are the measurements there? What's next? Which is really the third step, which is how and when will you know that it's working? Again, it's very clear. I know it'll work when I can make decisions, when I can fire people, when I can raise prices, and these are just examples. Again, very clear, very simple. I have all my pricing up to the level where I'm making money off every customer, or that customer is no longer working for us, or I've replaced them with a new one. We have cleaned up the workforce, and now we're getting so much more done. And I can tell you, you got to watch it. I remember working with one company, and this was one of the first things we did was we looked at all those of our own customers, and we said, wow, we got a real problem here. So I'm no longer sitting around all weekend procrastinating about decisions. I just make them. Wow. So, is coaching for you? I don't know. I mean, that's a personal decision, but I can guarantee you this. If you want to talk about it, go out to CoachManny.com, hit schedule, set up 15 minutes. Let's talk about it. It's that simple. If you need a coach, then go through the process. Define the outcomes you're looking for. Look at some coaches. Define what the results are that you want. Make sure that you and a coach are on the same page. You have a measurement, and then go forward. And again, if you need some more resources, check out CoachManny.com. If you want to talk, I'm always there. CoachManny.com/schedule, or just go to the website and hit the schedule button. Set up a no obligation call on a date and time that works for you, and we'll make it happen. Hey, you know, I like being here every Friday. This is great. I like putting this on the podcast so it's forever green and you can listen to it. I like having you out there. Let me work with you, whether it's leadership, sales. What is it that you need? What are the problems that you need in your business to move to extraordinary? It's Coach Manny saying, have a great week. and I will talk to you soon.